Okay, okay, fine.
All head of the departments are requested to occupy their seats on the dais. All head of the departments are requested to occupy your seats on the dais. Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, members of faculty, parents and DMO CTNs. Good afternoon one and all. Today, College of Engineering Trivandrum takes the privilege and pleasure to welcome the brightest cross-section of the state who are fortunate enough to graduate from this magnificent institution which has pioneered the technical education in Kerala. Welcome all of you to this graduation day ceremony 2019. Graduation Day is a much awaited event in every student's life as it gives the returns to the efforts put in by the students throughout their academic endeavor. It's a day full of joy, a day of pride and accomplishment, and a day of celebration. It gives a sense of achievement and a sense of responsibility towards fulfilling the further commitments. To begin this auspicious occasion, let's seek the blessings of Almighty. May I invite Ms. Arya, Harita and Siji to invoke the Almighty. May I request all of you to please rise for the invocation.
ദൈവമേ നിൻ പാദപൂജ ചെയ്തിടുവാൻ ഞങ്ങൾക്കുള്ളിൽ എന്നുമെന്നും അറിയാതെ തോന്നണമേ. അച്ഛനെന്നും അമ്മയെന്നും ഗുരുവെന്നുമുള്ളവരെ സ്നേഹമെന്നു കണ്ടിടുവാൻ തോന്നണമേ. സത്യമാണു ദൈവമെന്നും നീതിയാണു ദൈവമെന്നും സ്നേഹമാണു ദൈവമെന്നും തോന്നണമേ. ദൈവമേ നിൻ പാദപൂജ ചെയ്തിടുവാൻ ഞങ്ങൾക്കുള്ളിൽ എന്നുമെന്നും അറിയാതെ തോന്നണമേ.
Thank you. Please be seated. To open up this ceremony, may I now invite Dr. Suresh Babu V, Principal, College of Engineering Trivandrum, to welcome the gathering.
Honorable Chief Secretary of the State,
Dr. V.P. Joy, Honorable Vice Chancellor of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, Dr. M.S. Rajasri, respected Dean PG Studies, Dr. Sunil Edward, Dean Research, Dr. Lashmi, Dean International Affairs, Dr. Bindu GR, former Head of Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Dr. Santosh Kumar, respected heads of departments, dear faculty and staff of CET, dear graduates and family members. It is an honor and privilege for me to welcome you all to the graduation day. College of Engineering Trivandrum, established in 1939, is completing 83 years of its glorious journey this year. For the years, CET is imparting quality engineering education, and our alumni, exceeding 50,000 in number, excel across the world in various domains of engineering, management, education, contributing to the nation-building process and visibility of the institution. CET had a humble beginning with 3 UG programs in electrical engineering, civil engineering, and mechanical engineering with an intake of 18 each. Now, CET offers 8 UG programs, 29 PG programs, and PhD programs in all departments with an overall student strength of over 5,000. We have around 300 faculty, 250 technical staff, and 300 ministerial and support staff. CET is also a QAP center under AICTE and a research center under University of Kerala and APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University. We are in the process of preparing a master plan with a vision to transform CET to a center of excellence in engineering education with international standards. We have been recently shortlisted for Center of Excellence in Urban Planning by the Central Urban Affairs Ministry. The award of scheme will be based on an expert visit and the report thereon. A proposal for Center of Excellence in Environmental Engineering has also been initiated. The NIRF ranking of the institution is at present 95, and the ranking for Architecture Department is 11. Your performance in terms of results, placement, publications, etc. contributes significantly to this ranking. I congratulate you for the same. Recently, we received 2 patents of high impacts. One is for developing a cancer-resistant organic compound by a team led by Dr. Annette Fernandez of Chemistry Department, and the other for developing a cutting fluid from rice bran oil by a team led by Dr. Rani S. of Mechanical Engineering Department and Arif Muhammad of Chemistry Department. I congratulate the entire team behind the research leading to these patents. The institution will support them to continue the research to convert the patents to valuable products. Our alumni actively associate with its alma mater in various activities, distributing laptops to more than 250 needy students during the pandemic, special alumni group to strengthen placement and internships, alumni group for improving NIRF ranking, another alumni group working on research and publications, various student clubs under guidance of alumni are some among them. Our campus regained its vigor by changing over to offline classes and through various cultural, technical, and academic events after a long break due to the pandemic. This year, we are convening the graduation ceremony for the 2019, 2020, and 2022 passed out batches in a row. This is a nostalgic moment of reunion with alma mater as well as receiving the prestigious certificate of commemoration. It is my pleasure to introduce our chief guest, the Chief Secretary of Kerala, Dr. V.P. Joy. He is our esteemed alumni of the 1986 Electronics and Communication Engineering batch. He is instrumental in transforming CET to an institution of excellence with international standard. I acknowledge his advice and support for various activities towards attaining excellence. He accepted our invitation with pleasure and graced this occasion with his presence. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of CET and every CETian assembled here. Dr. M.S. Rajasri, Honorable Vice Chancellor of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, has long association with CET. She was a faculty of Computer Science Department of this institution and also the head of the Department of Computer Science. For her, it is a homecoming, and she accepted our invitation to preside over this function. I welcome you, ma'am, to this graduation ceremony. I welcome all deans, Dean International Affairs, Dr. Bindu GR, Dean Research, Dr. Lakshmi, Dean PG Studies, Dr. Sunil Edward, the former head of the department, Dr. Santosh Kumar, and all other heads of departments and all faculty and staff of CET. I finally welcome all graduates. This is the day for you, and you are the shining stars of the day. I also welcome the family members of graduates to this ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We also welcome you, sir, to this ceremony. May I take the pleasure of requesting Dr. Rajashree MS, Vice Chancellor, APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, to deliver the presidential address.
Respected Chief Guest of the function, Dr. V.P. Joy, IAS, Honorable Chief Secretary of Kerala, Principal of College of Engineering, Trivandrum, Dr. Suresh Babu, PG Dean, Dr. Sunil Edward, Dean International Relations, Dr. Bindu, Dean UG Studies, Dean Research, other heads of department, faculty members, dear students, parents, other staff of CET, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and privilege for me to be presiding over the function where we are awarding degrees to the first batch of KTU students. So I take this opportunity to thank the principal for having invited me for one more reason. It has been 3 years since I took over as the Vice Chancellor of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, and this is the first time the college is inviting me for an official function. Thank you very much for that. And I too belong to CET fraternity, and it is always with pride and with very, you don't have words to express what that feeling is. So I don't have to tell you that. Normally, when we go for this kind of ceremonies, the kind of advice that I give to students will be like, you have been with the college, then you are graduating, you are going to be responsible professionals. The care that you have been getting from the campuses will no longer be there in your offices and such. I think these 3 years would have really taught them that message, and there is no need for me to tell you that. And also, you would have really experienced how you groomed yourself in the last the 4 years you were in the campus, and how better you could have done that also. Many of you will be having these sort of reflections in your mind, I'm very sure. Now, coming to engineering education, you know that the whole engineering education segment is undergoing lots of changes globally, nationally, and at the state level also. If we see, the government has taken major initiatives to bring in changes to engineering education or higher education as such, to see that the state is geared up for knowledge economy. And what is knowledge economy? We declare that knowledge is power, and knowledge has to be created into wealth into businesses and into socially relevant services which can be used by men. And the government, the higher education department has taken special initiatives for this to happen. And the university which is 7 years old is nowhere compared to an institution which is 80 years old to build knowledge economy for the state of Kerala. And what are the factors which bring this from the colleges? That is what we need to introspect for ourselves. Having put in more than 20 years of service in engineering college of the state, most of the faculty, the senior faculty, will be able to see how best we can bring the systems in the institutions to respond to the challenges, to respond to the responsibilities that this economy is bringing to us, and redefine educational system for that. And we know that the educational system, the change in education system has been very remarkably exhibited by the pandemic, and teaching is not transferring information from one point to the other, and we need to redesign systems of teaching and learning to respond to the challenges, to respond to the problems that engineers are going to face in the years to come. And the things that are there, you will be knowing better than me what you have learned from colleges and what is the kind of responsibility that you are exercising in your jobs, very different jobs. Those who have joined higher education will be learning from institutions of eminence. All of you would have gone for institutions better than this, ranked within the country and abroad, and you will be realizing how it could have been and how the system should change. And that is what one big contribution that institutions expect from alumni. Maybe providing 10 crores of rupees or 5 crores building, even the state can do. But the network that you bring in as alumni of the institution is very tremendous, and the kind of values that bring into the system is very much different from the physical infrastructure that we can build in. And you can see that recently College of Engineering Trivandrum has set up a Center for International Relations with a senior faculty member assigned with the responsibility of the dean of that center, which itself means that the relationship with professionals across the globe, networking with professionals across the globe in various fields is necessary for an educational institution to stand up in the middle of the competing institutions across the world, and that is very important. So what are the internal changes that we need to make in for such changes to happen? We always complain about our systems. We always complain about the university. The university puts the syllabus. Yes, university puts the syllabus and curriculum, but it has to baseline something based on the regulatory mechanisms that are available, and considering 145 colleges which is coming under this. But this stands different, and that is where autonomy in academics, autonomy in research, and autonomy in institutional independence will be redefining the educational system in a college. A BTech taken from this college will be substantially different from elsewhere. It is not only the marks that you get in the examination that matters, but it is the overall competency that you have gained, how you have transformed to become a professional, what are the value adds that has happened for you from the campuses. That is very significant, and that is possible only when we rework the systems to go beyond the university imposed restrictions or whatsoever. I don't think it is a good time to go on with a speech like this, and I thank the college authorities once again for inviting me for this, and you are going to listen to the chief guest who is here to share his experience as an engineer and also as an administrator and also as a senior bureaucrat who is looking for the development of the state by giving emphasis and thrust to the higher education sector. We know that centers of excellence are being set up in various institutions. As I said earlier, it is not institutions that matters, but the ecosystems that we create in the institutions, how we transfer or translate the knowledge that is being developed in the institutions for building product services which are worthy of, creating useful businesses for society and for addressing the challenges that come towards us. And I hope all of you, being alumni of such an eminent institute, will rise up to that occasion, and you will be ambassadors of change, and you will look back to your alma mater when it is growing and contribute in all possible ways by empowering the teaching, learning, research, innovation, everything within the institutions. I wish you good luck, and I also call for faculty members to respond to the new demands of the educational system by redefining the systems in the institutions and bringing in lots of academic leaders in the colleges, setting up frameworks which should enable what is preventing us from marching forward as far as NIRF or everything is concerned. Now we have all the set parameters. You get this much marks, you are there. You get this much marks, you are there. What is it that prevents us from getting this much marks? That is significant, and the day you realize, you are ready to march forward for knowledge economy. Thank you very much. I wish you good luck, and I congratulate all the students for their degrees that they are getting, and it is very clear that they would have had a very pleasant and enriching educational experience from this campus. I also thank all my colleagues who are here, who have been hand-holding the students, and especially the 2019 batch had a very tough time from March onwards to complete the degree examinations and leave the campus in time. And your cooperation has been extremely remarkable. Thank you one and all. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your enlightening words. We are indeed blessed to have an eminent personality, Dr. V.P. Joy, IAS, the Chief Secretary, Government of Kerala, as our chief guest today. Dr. V.P. Joy was born on 30th June 1963 in Ernakulam, graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering from College of Engineering, Trivandrum in the year 1985, securing a first rank in the University of Kerala. He holds an MBA from the University of Birmingham, UK, and subsequently completed his MPhil from the University of Punjab, Chandigarh. He was awarded the doctoral degree from the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, on optimization of India's energy strategies for climate change mitigation. He was selected as a postdoctoral research fellow at the Harvard University in 2014. Dr. V.P. Joy started his career as a scientist at Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in Thiruvananthapuram and worked for the period from 1985 to 1987. Later, he joined the Indian Administrative Services in 1987. During his official career, spanning more than 3.5 decades, he has held important assignments in the Government of India as well as in the State Government of Kerala. Beginning his career in administration as Sub-Collector of Palakkad, Dr. Joy has also served as the Director of Collegiate Education and the Registrar of Cooperative Societies. The few other major key positions held in Indian Administrative Service includes District Collector Ernakulam, Secretary Agricultural Government of Kerala, Principal Secretary Finance Government of Kerala, Joint Secretary Cabinet Secretariat Government of India, Central Provident Fund Commission, and many more. Prior to the current posting, Dr. Joy was holding the prestigious position of Secretary Coordination, Cabinet Secretariat Government of India. There is one another facet of Dr. V.P. Joy, as some among us are not aware. A clear stream of creativity is embedded within the tough exterior of a senior IAS officer. Amidst his official commitments, he finds solace in writing poems. He believes that only words and knowledge can bring forth positive impacts to the world. Joy Varayil, as he is known to the literary world, started his literary journey by writing a travelogue on a picnic to Malambura while he was in the 7th standard. He writes about the aspirations and anxieties of people of the contemporary world, as well as presents fresh interpretations of the stories in mythology and epics. His poems are influenced by the reflections of his surroundings. His poetic contributions follow the classical meter-based style. He also writes articles in English, which reveals his shining philosophical insights. His poems were published in the University of Kerala's book on campus poetry when he was an engineering student at CET. Some of his notable works include the narrative short epic style poetry. After 2013, he got interested in Khandagavyams, Ramanupadam, which is Rama's reply to the critic in Kumaranashan's 100-year-old Chindavishthaya Sita, Madhravillapam, which is a poignant depiction of Mother Mary, and Nakshatra Ragam, based on Galileo's life, are among the Khandakavyams he created. He has also translated the Upanishads into Malayalam as Upanishad Taravali. His recent poem, Virus, was inspired by the worldwide COVID pandemic, which renders the tough time we all went through. He has written novels based on Bible as well. He has gifted the Malayalam literature with 4 translations and 12 poetry collections. He runs a YouTube channel dedicated to Malayalam literature named Malayala Vasantham and a mobile app with the same name. Dr. Joy has won many awards like the S.K. Pattakad Award for his poetry collection, Nimisha Jalagam, Parshi Raja Sahitya Pratibha Puraskaram 2019, Akshaya Literary Award, and many more. It's our privilege and pleasure to invite our Honorable Chief Guest of the day, Dr. V.P. Joy IAS, to formally inaugurate the function by lighting the lamp. May I now request all the dignitaries on the dais also to join the lamp lighting and symbolically inaugurate this program.
सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु
Thank you all. I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. V.P. Joy IAS, to deliver the Graduation Day address.
Respected Dr. Rajashree M.S., Vice Chancellor of Kerala Technical University, Dr. Suresh Babu V., Principal of College of Engineering, Trivandrum, Dr. Sunil Edward, Dean PG Studies, all graduates assembled for this ceremony, and all other teachers and other friends here. It is extremely a happy occasion to be back in my alma mater after 37 years of leaving this college, especially for a function of conferring the degrees on the new graduates. It is this engineering college, Trivandrum, has been the premier engineering institution in the state for many decades, and it has got such a great name not only nationally but also internationally on account of the wonderful contributions of many students who graduated from here in several institutions of the world, both in India and outside. The students from Trivandrum Engineering College have been able to make great contributions and make engineering profession something worthy of emulation. So I am happy that today a large number of our new graduates are joining this galaxy by taking their degrees in various branches of engineering, and this engineering institution is proud of each one of you for having accomplished this objective, and of course one of the most important objectives of your life, utilitarian contribution to human life. An engineer is a professional, and a professional has been defined as one who is in possession of specialized knowledge and willing to use it for the betterment of society. It was mentioned by Tolstoy that the aim of life is to serve humanity. There is no other aim greater than the aim to serve for any individual human life. So when a professional imbibes that spirit, it not only brings to joy to his personal life, but also brings welfare to the whole of humanity, and of course creates a better world for the posterity and also for the present generation. So from that context, engineering is a noble profession. It uses knowledge, accumulated knowledge, for the welfare of the people, the society, the nation, and the world at large. So our aim is to create a better world for tomorrow. And our aim in individual life is to create a world which is better than what we found it. Of course, each one of us want to become successful. And success is to be defined also before we pursue such objective. It was mentioned by Albert Einstein that try not to become a man of success, but try to become a man of value. So he focused more on value. And success also can be connected to value, because success, if it is defined in terms of contributions and not in terms of accumulations, it gets connected to value. So everything what we do needs to have a particular direction, a particular objective, which is what makes a profession noble, which is what makes a life noble. So every profession is noble to the extent that it is able to have a linkage to the value system for the welfare of the society. So from that perspective, engineering needs to redefine itself in today's world. Engineering, by that term itself, started from the art of military engineering for the making of weapons, was perhaps the initial task which engineers assumed many centuries ago. But over a period of time, this art has given way to making life better in many areas, to the extent that we now call area of knowledge called social engineering, how to make the society better. Anything which is to be made better, we add the name engineering to that. So it is not only scientific and technical branches which is now connected to engineering, but even the branches relating to social or biological, spiritual, any aspect where somebody works to apply knowledge to make life better is called engineering. So engineering to that extent has become great and wider in scope, and as a area where contributions are made, engineering is the synonym for making contributions to the human society. From that perspective, while we graduate, while we try to achieve knowledge, we at the same time should be committed to certain directions of human society and certain directions of human values which we need to imbibe in our life. As you stated, it is not only speed that matters, but direction also matters. And of course, you are now taking the first maiden step towards a great profession. And as you all know, every journey of 1,000 miles start with one step. And you have a long journey to go. And in that long journey, I'm sure that all of you will make signal contributions to not only to engineering, but also to society in whichever area, whichever sphere you are going to serve humanity. Now, coming to this knowledge, it is often stated that engineering takes upon itself the accumulated scientific knowledge and tries to convert it into various gadgets, various equipments, various technologies for making life easier. But at the same time, it is not to lose sight of the aspect of mind. It is not only the material progress, it is not only the material things that create happiness in society. Ultimately, it is a mind which is a source of all thought and all happiness. And therefore, the objective of engineering is also, an engineering student is also to enrich their own minds and the thinking process of society in such a manner as to improve upon the society of tomorrow. For example, one objective of engineering could be to develop a sustainable society. That is today's objective. Earlier, it was not like that. Maybe in today we are visualizing a society where engineering is working in such a great with such a great fervor to create a sustainable society of tomorrow, where we are trying to reduce the carbon footprint, we are trying to use energies which are, the solar energy and such energies which are not so destructive, where an earth is created for all humanity, which will be there for a very, very long time. And once upon a time, perhaps, where engineers prided themselves in creating weapons of destruction. Today, the pride of the place comes to those who create the environment for a sustainable earth, a sustainable global society, not for a short while, but for all the time to come. So from this perspective, engineering needs to imbibe the larger goals of education and the larger goals of human mind. As you are aware, it was Rabindranath Tagore who talked about the mind and education, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake. This is a prayer which he gave to everyone who gets into the world of knowledge, into that heaven of freedom, in order to make minds free, in order to make the society free. We all have to work together. And the freedom is achieved through knowledge. Freedom is achieved through thinking minds. When people are able to think properly, when people are able to think logically, then their freedom dawns. And that is our objective in pursuing any branch of knowledge. There is this, in the ancient Greeks thought of this Dionysius mind as well as Apollonian mind. Both Apollo and Dionysius are the sons of Zeus. But Apollo stands for reason, logic, etc. Whereas Dionysius, who is the god of wine, stands for chaos, emotions, passions, etc. As human beings is a combination of both. And the world is controlled and directed by both these forces. Perhaps engineers stand on the side of logic, on the side of reason. But at the same time, without passion, nothing is achieved. So logic needs to combine with the passion for noble objectives to be realized and achieved. So every person who graduates today needs to have logic, needs to have reason. But at the same time, they have to weave it like a fabric with passion, so that the noblest objectives are achieved not only in your life, but also in the life of the nation. So it is said that this is our career is like we are trying to fly a kite. And who flies a kite? Who flies a kite? I, says the boy. It is my joy. I fly the kite. But who flies a kite? I, says the wind. It is my whim. I fly the kite. And who flies the kite? I, says the string. I am the thing that flies a kite. And who flies the kite? I, says the tail. I am the one who makes it sail. Now, all are right, all are wrong, all fly the kite. So, for the kite to fly, it requires all these things. It requires a wind, it requires a string, it requires a tail, and finally it requires you, each one of you. But one person alone cannot fly the kite. And the wind, of course, is most important. Without wind, no kite flies. And wind is something outside of us. Wind is something in the external world. We can design the string, we can design the tail. We can perhaps design ourselves. But we are not able to design the wind. And without the wind, the kite never flies. Therefore, it is important that we assemble all these factors and all these factors working together to make the kite of your life fly along with the kite of the society to fly high, so that the humanity is benefited by your education and knowledge. And finally, I just want to quote from our famous poet Ullur, who said that വിളക്ക് കൈവശമുള്ളവനെങ്ങും വിശ്വം ദീപമയം വെണ്മ മനസ്സിൽ വിളങ്ങിന ഭദ്രനു മേന്മേൽ അമൃതമയം. So when somebody gets a degree, it is like the university is giving you a light. So you are supposed to go around with that light, so that the entire, so wherever you go, there is a light around you. The light of wisdom, the light of knowledge, and the light of noble purpose and objective to improve the world, or make it better than what you found it. I wish that all the graduates today who are getting conferred with the degrees will make the flag of the institution fly high, and of course the kite of the country and the humanity fly high through the right employment of your knowledge and skills for the betterment of society. I thank you very much. I thank you the organizers, as also wish the best to each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking words. Our young graduates are sure to benefit from these. The harder you work for something, the greater will be your satisfaction when you achieve it. Now we have arrived at that long-awaited, cherished moment of reaping the fruits of hard work, yes, the distribution of certificates and medals. May I invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. V.P. Joy, IAS, along with Dr. Rajashree, MS, Vice Chancellor, APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, together with Dr. Suresh Babu V, Principal CET, Professor Sunil Edward, Professor Bindu GR, and Professor Lakshmi A, to congratulate our graduates and distribute the certificates. The dignitaries are requested to come forward. All CETians are sparkling diamonds, but some shine more. It's time to congratulate our outstanding students. May I request Dr. Bindu GR, Dean in charge of UG Studies and Dean International Affairs, to announce the BTech toppers. I request our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. V.P. Joy, to hand over the certificates, and Dr. Rajashree, MS, to hand over the medals.
Yeah, the toppers in the various departments are as follows. From Civil Engineering, Mr. Rafeed P. From Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Mr. Sandeep Vivek. Ms. Gauri V. from Electronics and Communication Engineering. And Ms. Neelofer J. from Architecture. Special congratulations to all the toppers and congratulations to all the graduates here. And you shoot for the stars. May you bring in great more reputation or repute to the institution, to your alma mater, that too in the international arena. And God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now request Dr. Sunil Edward, Dean PG Studies, to announce the PG toppers.
MTech Geoinformatics, Ginu John. MTech Geotechnical Engineering, Jiniraj R.B. MTech Traffic and Transportation, Amina Salim. MTech Manufacturing and Automation, Suraj Kulangara Abraham. MTech Power Systems, Sanita G. MTech Electrical Machines, Sajida G. MTech Robotics and Automation, Nimisha Sara Abraham. MTech Information Security, Anna V. James. M Planning Architecture, Arunima PM. MBA, Sri Sanjana. MCA, Janmasri S.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. Lakshmi A., Dean Research, to announce the PhD awardees.
Sri Lakshmi Pillai from Civil Engineering Department. Karthika A.S. from Mechanical Engineering Department. Vinod B.R. from Electronics and Communication Engineering. And Harindra Kumar V. from MBA. Congratulations all the graduates.
Thank you, ma'am. The head of the departments of the concerned department will be announcing the name of the graduates. Dear graduates, you are requested to come forward as your name is announced. We'll start with the Department of Civil Engineering. So I request the head of the department, Dr. Unnikrishnan N., to announce the names of the graduates. I request Dr. Rajashree MS to hand over the certificates and Dr. Suresh Babu V to hand over the medals.
First BTech, Abhiram MP. Abin Pavi. Adarsh M. Ahmad Adnan. Aishwarya N. Aju Ani Justice. Anand Krishnan. Anjali Elias. Anju S. Anjumur M. Sadhu. Anuja KV. അരവിന്ദ് വി എം, ഹർഷിത കെ ടി, അരുൺ ഗോവിന്ദ് ജെ, അരുൺ ഗോവിന്ദ് ടി, ആഷിഖ് എം, അശ്വന്ത് പ്രഭാകരൻ, അശ്വതി പി, അശ്വതി പി വി, അശ്വതി പി, അശ്വിൻ ദേവ് എൻ, ചിഞ്ചു ജേക്കബ്, ചിത്ര അനിൽ, ദീപ്തി എസ് ജി, ഡോൺ തോമസ്, ഫാത്തിമ ആർ, ഫെസിക് സി പി, ഗോപിക ജി എസ്, ഹർമ്യ ടി എസ്, ഹസീൻ മുറാദ് പി പി, കാർത്തിക് ഗംഗാധരൻ, കാർത്തിക എം, കെവിൻ മാത്യു, ഖലീൽ അബ്ദുൾ റഹ്മാൻ, കൃഷ്ണവേണി ആർ, ലക്ഷ്മി കെ ഹേമകുമാർ, ലക്ഷ്മി എ എസ്, ലക്ഷ്മി ബി, ലിഷ ബഷീർ, മിഥുൻ സുരേഷ്, മുഹമ്മദ് റിസ്വാൻ, മുഹമ്മദ് അനീസ് കെ ടി, മുഹമ്മദ് അഷ്റഫ് ഇ കെ, മുഹമ്മദ് അസ്ലാം ഖാൻ പി, മുഹമ്മദ് റിംനാഷ് പി എം, നേഹ യോഹന്നാൻ, നിഹാൽ റഹ്മാൻ, നിഹിൽ ജോൺ, നിമിൽ അമീർ, നിമിഷ കെ എം, നിഷാദ് ലാലു മന്നക്കൊടുവാൻ, പാർവതി എ എസ്, പ്രേംജിത്ത് പ്രകാശ്, രശ്മി എ സി, രേവതി എസ്, രോഹിത് സി കെ, Zakaria K. Shambhu S. Samiya. Sandra Gopal. Seetu Krishna, see you. Shilpa Noble. Shilpa S. Indran. Sri Lakshmi M.G. Sri Lakshmi Mohan. Uttara K.S. Arunima Chakran. Okay. M.Tech students now. Arunima Chakran from M.Tech, Environmental Engineering. Athira C. Monisha V. Najia N. Parvati P.S. Rahul R. Srilekha VR. Next is M.Tech Geoinformatics. Amrita Elizabeth Shaju. Anakha VS. Annie Xavier. Jibin Pradeep. Kartika A. Prajisha M. Suvija KK. Shweta CV. Next is M.Tech Geotechnical Engineering. Anjali JS. Jishna PP. Panchami MV. Shrija S. Nair. Sri Lakshmi JS. Sumisha AP. Next is M.Tech Hydraulics Engineering. Anita Sriyak Merli. Harida VR. Lisha Sunny Turutel. Reshma Matthew. Revati Raj. Soumya PM. Sri Lakshmi R. Next is MTech Transportation Engineering. Anup Chandran. Bobby SM. Chandu R. Hima V. Jinit J.M. De Cruz. Marlin Mary Varghese. Naveen R.J. Praveena Raj. Sabu R. Saiju Purushothaman. Sneha Dinesh. Shruti Lakshmi S.J. Vaishnav V.K. Donna Philip. Archa P.S. Next is Geotechnical Engineering from the evening section. Suja S. Yamuna Rani V.L. Sajad Ali A. Anisha Mohan J. That completes civil engineering, and my best wishes to all the civil engineering graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next is the Department of Mechanical Engineering. May I request the head of the department, Dr. Unnikrishnan V.S., to announce the names of the graduates. I request our principal, Dr. Suresh Babu V., to hand over the certificates, and Dr. Bindu G.R. to hand over the medals.
First BTech Mechanical Engineering, Akhil Dev, Anandu U, ടാസ്ലിംഗ് സെറമണി നടത്തിയിട്ട് വരാം. ടാസ്ലിംഗ് സീറ്റ് പോയിരുന്നു. ഓർഡർ തെറ്റല്ലേ, തിരിച്ചതുപോലെ തന്നെ വരണം.
Kind attention, as the chief guest has to leave us quickly, so we are going to have a tasseling ceremony right now. So tasseling ceremony is a traditional part of convocations and is a symbolic indication of the fact that the person can now claim the title of the academic degree he or she has earned. The tassel on your caps will be on the right side now. Moving the tassel from right to left symbolizes the recognition of the degree you have earned. For the tasseling ceremony, I request our BTech toppers to join us on stage. May I invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. V.P. Joy, IAS, to lead the tasseling ceremony by shifting our volunteers' tassel from right to left. All graduates are requested to stand and do the same. Are we doing the oath right before the tasking ceremony? Oath administrative pinna cheyam. As young engineering graduates, you all have a responsibility towards the society. To remind you of this, we shall now have an oath-taking ceremony that emphasizes the obligations and responsibilities of the engineering profession. May I now invite Dr. Suresh Babu V, Principal, College of Engineering, Trivandrum, to administer the oath, a pledge taken by all the graduating students to abide by a code of ethics called the obligation of an engineer. Graduates, kindly rise for the oath.
We, the graduates of College of Engineering Trivandrum, hereby pledge that we shall bind by our honor to be diligently honest in all our endeavors, that we shall uphold the integrity of our profession and the honor of this prestigious institution, that we shall be at the service of our society without any reservations when the knowledge we have acquired is asked for, that we shall uphold the unity and heritage and hold steadfast to the history of our nation, and that we shall utilize our skills as an engineer and a human for the inclusive development and betterment of this world.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now let's move on to the highlight of today, the tasseling ceremony. May I now invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. V.P. Joy IAS, to lead the tasseling ceremony by shifting our volunteers' tassel from right to left. All graduates are requested to stand and do the same. Thank you, sir. Now, as a token of our love and appreciation, we would like to present a memento to our Honorable Chief Guest. May I request our principal, Dr. Suresh Babu V, to hand over the memento to the chief guest. I also request our esteemed chief guest, Dr. V.P. Joya, to receive our token of appreciation. So we have a memento for you, sir. Thank you. Let's now resume the conferring of certificates. Let's now begin again with the Department of Mechanical Engineering. May I request the head of the department, Dr. Unikrishnan V.S., to announce the name of the graduates. I request Dr. Bindu G.R. to hand over the medals and Dr. Lakshmi A. to hand over the certificates.
B.Tech Mechanical Engineering, Mr. Akhil Dev. Mr. Anandu U. Mr. Dilshad Jasim P.K. Mr. Ganesh S. Mr. Gogul Mohanan Pillai. Mr. Jishnu K.P. Mr. Joseph Paul. Mr. Manu O. Mr. Muhammad Roshan M. Mr. Mufil Rahman A. Mr. Safal P. Sony Elias. Mr. Vijay Das V.S. Mr. Charandaj K. Next, B.Tech Industrial Engineering, Ms. Alisha S. Mr. Arjun B. Shaji. Ms. Arya Srikanth. Ms. Adira V. Nambishan. Ms. Divya S.L. Mr. Gogul Pradeep. Ms. Janet Joseph. Mr. Manish Kumar M.S. Mr. Muhammad Hasil. Mr. Mohammad Shafiq, Mr. Neil Naga Karthik, Mr. Nikhil Yasmin, Ms. Nikita Suraj, Mr. Philip MP, Mr. Pranav Hari, Mr. Rahul Skaria, Mr. Ramesh K, Ms. Ramya Raj, Ms. Ria Rose Victor, Ms. Shabna Yusuf, Mr. Shyam Shivkumar, Mr. Suraj Suresh, next MTech in Financial Engineering, Ms. Aisha, Samida K.A., Ms. Amrita P., Ms. Fabina B., Ms. Jyoti S., Ms. Reshma GP, Ms. Revati B., Ms. Rosemary Joss, MTech Machine Design Ranjish Vijay, MTech Propulsion Engineering Abhijit SV, Mr. Kiran UK, Ms. Rosna Mansoor, Mr. Vaishag S. Nair, next MTech Thermal Science Prem Krishnan MK, Mr. Ravi Chandran S. Congratulations to all the graduates. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Next is the Department of Electrical Engineering. May I request the head of the department, Dr. Seve JS, to announce the names of the graduates. I request our principal, Dr. Suresh Babu V, to hand over the certificates and Dr. Bindu GR to hand over the medals.
Ashna Felix, Aravind SS, Saliha Haynes, Amit C, Vishnu Harilal, Ramakrishnan CS, Muhammad Shafi KM, Akhil, Shankar Sai, Nandana S. Kumar, Adira BM, Edwin PJ, George Matthew, Fatima Samrin, Arjun R. Nair, Abin Robinson, Nandini K, Deviga A, Gayatri D, Praveen T.A., Sangeet S, Amal Kumar K, Anusri T.K., Bhavya BP, Aminur Rahman VM, Vaishag S, Shivapriya G, Hima S, Ganesh Shankar, Agnivesh K. Manoj, Adina MS, Ridu OA, Natasha VP, Muhammad Faris K, Dvidish Shankar B, Naseem Muhammad M, Vaishnav J, Arjun TS. Next we are having Arjun. From Arjun onwards, it is MTech students, MTech guidance and navigational control. Ashwin VJ, Jane James, Rahul R, R Suraj Krishnan, Saban S, Silpa Shashi, Shalima Sudhir, Shinsi Sainuddin. Now MTech control system, Kartika B, Alan Toji Varghese. MTech electrical machines, Adira P. Kumar, G. Sedulashmi, Shalabha K.S., Vishnupriya. Now MTech power system, Adira Unni. Best wishes to all the graduates from electrical department as well as other department. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next is the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. May I request the head of the department, Dr. Santosh Kumar S., to announce the names of the graduates. I request our PG Dean, Dr. Sunil Edward, to hand over the certificates and Dr. Lakshmi A. to hand over the medals.
Abhirami P. Abhishek P. Agila Vasant B. Akshay P. Akshay TT. Akshaya PS. Alok TJ. Anandu Narayanan. Andrea K. Ashik BS. Ashika S. Ashna CK. Ashwadi NR. Ashwin P. Adira R. Dinesh A. Don Dominic. Gobiga Maniprasad. Gautam Kumar RG. Harshankar Renew. Hariharan G. Iron Maria Saji. Ishaku PK. Jarina Maria Thomas. Kavita Mohan. Mohammad Mubin. Navneet JR. Pooja A. Tusaj TR. Sanoj P. Vivek EB. Vaishagas. Anantaprabhu N. Anjali. Now Anup R. Krishnan. Ashwati KM. Ashwin TR. Adrasri CA. Adil Krishna A. Gayatri R. Gautam Krishna BS. Harishankar Gopakumar. Mohammad Fahim Ashik. Mohammad Ishrat KP. Naina B. Niranjan Hiran.
പാർവതി എസ് നായർ, പ്രണവ് പി എസ്, പ്രണവ് വി, പ്രണോയ് എൻ, റിയ സന്തോഷ്, ഫിക്മ ആർ, ഷാബിരായോളല്ലേ, നിങ്ങളുടെ പേരെന്താണ്? സഞ്ജയ് ജേക്കബ് മാത്യു, സെബിൻ രാജസ്, വിഷ്ണു എസ് നായർ, അഖില എ പി, അഖില ബി, അമൃത എ രാജൻ, അർച്ചന എം മധു, ദിവ്യ ബാഹുലേയൻ, നൗഫ എന്നൻ, നിഹ ഹെൻറി, അജിൻ ബി എസ്, അമ്മു പ്രകാശ്, ആതിര വി വി, ചിപ്പി വിജയൻ, ദേവിക ബി, കീർത്തി ആർ, ശ്യാം എം, വൃന്ദ വിജയകുമാർ, ചിപ്പി മനു, ജിനു ജോസഫ്, വിവേക് ബി, ഭദ്രവർമ്മ, ഐശ്വര്യ ഷാജി, അനുപമ വിജയ്, അരുൺ എൻ വി, അർജുൻ എൻ വി, ആഷ്ലി ലത്തീഫ്, കാർത്തിക എസ്, യഷ്മോൻ സിയാർ, ശ്രീയനൻ ഇ കെ, Abhishek Krishnan, Ananya MB, Parvati B. Suresh, Timya T.A., Darshana AP. And congratulations to all and best wishes to passing from this institution. And also I express my sincere thanks to the coordinators for inviting me for this prestigious function, as I am a former HOD of EC department. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Next is the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. May I request the head of the department, Dr. Sumesh Divakaran, to announce the names of the graduates. I request Dr. Rajashree MS to hand over the certificates and Dr. Sunil Edward to hand over the medals.
Arya R. Shankar. Adarsh Joseph. Aditya S. Aditya. Aja Siddiq. Akhil KM. Akhil Tangachan. Amrit M. Anand R. Ankit Madhusudanan. Ankit boy. Arham Ali. Ashik PT. Adul Krishna K. Bharat R. Chris Humphrey. Jimon K. Janagi Kirti. Jayasurya Jitendra. Jilvin Jacob. Muhammad Mustafa K. Navneet M. Robin R. Rohit P. Saharsh Pruti. Shanti Senan A. Sharat Baby. Sharat Sridhar. Srihari K. Vishnu Kaimal, Vishnudev KP, Yadu Krishnan M, Arya MS, MTech Computer Science and Engineering. Adira Ajikumar, Gayatri Ashok, Lakshmi RS, Manu F. Gomez, Maria James, Neha AS, R. Ashik Warrior, Rinu Rani Jos, Shankar Ganesh V, Sitara Ramesh, Aishwarya, MTech Information Security. Amrudasri Haridas, Kavya K. Krishnan, Sharath R, Srikutti MB. Last person, Tahira A. Thank you. Wish all the graduates a very happy professional life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next is the Department of Architecture. May I request the head of the department, Dr. Bijines Kothari, to announce the names of the graduates. I request Dr. Sunil Edward to hand over the certificates and Dr. Bindu GR to hand over the medals.
Graduates from the Department of Architecture, Architect Arjun Prabhagar, Architect Chaitanya KS, Architect Anusha Vijayan, Architect Archana Vikas, Architect Nandida Manoj, Architect Stephen Syriac, Architect Kajol Joan, Architect Jinu Verghese, Architect Ria Safia, Architect Niranjana Sajan, Architect Karthik SS, and Architect Adil Muhammad. From Masters in Architecture, Urban Design, Architect Brahmapriya, Architect Ashwati Vijayan, Architect Tushara PT, Architect Gayatri Pramod, Architect Rahul Shivashankaran,
Architect Nived Narendran. Architect Paul Jose. Architect Mohammad Naseem. And Architect Ashimai. From Masters in Planning Housing, Paurnami Narayan Nusha. Architect Anjana Murali. Architect Brinda Ravindranath K. Architect Ria Mariam John. Architect Elsa Anna Simon. And Architect Rema and Alex. That's all from the Department of Architecture. Congratulations and all the very best to all the graduates.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have the Department of MBA. May I request the Director, C.T. Som, Dr. Suresh Subramaniam, to announce the names of the graduates. I request Dr. Suresh Babu to hand over the certificate and Dr. Bindu GR to hand over the medals.
Good evening to all of you. Gauri C. Mohan. Abhijit R. Harsha Ashokan. Krishna Prasad T. Akshay Anil Kumar. Ashwin PK. Jaswin S. Ardra SS. Ashik Rabi Kacheri Valapil. Anand Raj. Altaf. Nivedita. Deepthi. Sruthi Krishna. Adira Krishna. Gobika AS. Abhimol. Amal Jishnu. Ritu Liz Manuel. Jency Joseph. T.R. Aravinda Ghosh. Chitra Vijayan. Rijo M. Deljo Johnny. Akhil T.S. Shilanga Teresa Francis. Sweda S. Revati A.S. Sri Shankar N. Uttara AJ, Sharanya, Anju Ajay, Anantu Krishnan KS, Harida S, Rahul A, excuse me, Kavya S, Anish CA, Hansi Mascreen, Sanu John Sebastian, Jeena M. Joshi, Anjali Vinod, Tessie K. Saji, Ajay Mohan MS, AU Abhijit, Rujo Paul, Nribin Narayan, Sona George, Anju Nair, Departhi Venkata Sindhu, Umayel, Vidya S, Abhijit Ram, Nayana Ajit, Nidish Rajan, Anup Suresh, Ravina S. Anand, Amrita SL, Ajay Aji Pillai. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now we have the Department of MCA. May I request the HOD in charge, Professor Baby Shaila, to announce the names of the graduates. I request Dr. Suresh Babu to hand over the certificate and Dr. Bindu GR to hand over the medals.
Good evening all. Abhilash Thangachen. Aishwarya TT. Akhila Mohan. Akhila VU. Akshay Vijayan. Amal C. Saji. Amrita Adityan. Anandu Ashok. Anjali K. Ann Jaren Sundar. Anup Kumar. Ashwin Babu. Basit Hamid. Devika U. Gayatri VS. Gobika MS. Hashim Muhammad. Ishna, Jesse Rajan, Kalidas, Kirtana C, Maria Wilson, Naisam PK, Nandakishore, VV, Navya Babu, Navya Nair, Phoebe John, Rafsal Rahim, Rahul Kumar MS, Rajiv C. Naya, Remna R. Naya, Robin Matthew Abraham, Sandra VA, Sedu Soman, Shalu Jos, Shanit KP, Shaheen Ahmad, Shijo Shaji, CG BJ, Sujita PS, Tarun P. Karun, Vishnu J, Vishnu Deves, Vaishagis. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Now, as a token of our love and appreciation, we would like to present a memento to Dr. Rajashree MS, Vice Chancellor, APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University. I request ma'am to receive our token of appreciation. I also request our principal, Dr. Suresh Babu V, to hand over the memento to ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. In life, we hardly realize that we receive a great deal more than we give, and that it is only with gratitude that life becomes rich. May I request Dr. Sunil Edward, Dean for PG Studies, to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajashree MS, in absentia, Dr. VP Joy IAS, Honorable Chief Secretary of Kerala, other deans on this dais, the stars of the day, the graduating students, parents, head of the departments, and other members. On the outset, I want to congratulate all of you on the grand success of your last 4 years of work. One word of advice, usually when students join here, we say that from now onwards, the studies should take the first seat and your friends and family should take the back seat. Now I want to take back that advice, and I want to say that from now onwards, let your family and friends take the front seat and give some time for that. Now I'll move on to my duty. I want to thank Dr. Rajeshri MS, Vice Chancellor of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, for taking her valuable time and spending some time with us. Thank you, ma'am. In absentia, I want to thank Dr. V.P. Joy Ayers, Avron Alumini, the Honorable Chief Secretary of Kerala. He was in a hurry, the President of India is coming, so he wanted to be there. So I thank him. Thank you, sir, in absentia, for your valuable time here. I also thank all the head of the departments, deans, parents, and all the students have come here. Thank you very much for coming here, and all the very best for your bright life ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dear graduates, we wish you the very best and we encourage you to stay connected to your alma mater in the years ahead. Your professors love to hear from you, and your classmates can become not only long-lasting friends, but also a network of professional colleagues. You have graduated from a prestigious institution, and the world is waiting for you to make it a better place. Congratulations to all the graduates. All are requested to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभाशिष मागे गाहे तव जय दादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Dinner has been arranged in the college ground. Thank you, one and all.